Sounds a bit brutal, but you're trying to take your audience to the very bottom of where they are in their experience, because you can say to people, this is I've lived this, I've lived where you are, and now this is where I'm living, and I want to show you this because I want to show you it's possible for you as well. Giving people stuff for free is a fantastic way to get them into your funnels, into your email list. We see companies do it all the time. I'm sure we are all guilty of signing up for a free ebook, demo, trial, this, that, the other. But I'm sure we also all have experiences of signing up for something free or getting a free resource and it being totally useless, and actually more than anything turning us off of the business that offered it to us. If created correctly, the right free resource can leave people desperate to want to know more about you and desperate to throw all of their hard-earned cash in your face. So I believe there are 5 key steps to make the correct lead magnet or free resource to really give the appropriate value to your prospective customers, but also to want to lead them to whatever the next step is in your sales process. Now, in this specific example, I'm going to talk about free video resources. In my opinion, a video resource of sorts is the best way to form a lead magnet or a free resource of sort. You can do a free PDF or ebook or things like that. In my experience, video content always works better, whether you do that as a VSL, just a video on a landing page, or if you do it as some sort of a webinar. Webinars are also working really well at the moment, and there are actually ways that you can automate webinars so you don't have to do a million webinars a day. You can just have them running in the background. As I say, 5 key steps to making the best video resource for your lead magnet. So the first thing you want to do, very simply, is just give people an intro. Who the heck are you? What have you done? Why should they spend their time with you? Why should they trust you? Why are you qualified to give them advice on the thing that they have come to you for? Now, this is different to if you were doing some sort of video ad or any type of content, anything that you're doing to build traffic. You'd never want to start with an intro. People don't really care about you. People don't want to, hi, my name is so-and-so. Welcome back to my channel. Today, we're going to talk about why building funnels is really good. People are tired of that now. People will just scroll past that. You've got seconds to grab people's attention in those ads. But at this point, people have given you their attention, you've captured their attention, they are in your system, so it's okay to start with an intro and start building a bit more relationship with these people and letting them know a bit more about who you are. And you want to do that to be able to validate the things that you are going to be talking about in the next steps of this video. So tell them a bit about what you are, give them a little bit of a story. You want this video to probably be around 20 to 30 minutes long. I haven't specified that. So you've got some time here, do a bit of a background, take people through the emotions of your own journey and where you got to be where you are right now and why those experiences and what you've learned qualify you to be able to give them advice on the same thing. So the next part of the process is you want to reflect on the place and the position that your prospective audience is probably in. So again, strong marketing can often touch on and draw on pain points of an audience. We're striving to get to a certain location, but we've got these barriers that are preventing us from getting to those places. And as a result, this is what my life is like. This is how I feel. These are the consequences of not being able to get to that place. So spend some time reflecting on those pain points. We want what you're talking about to resonate with your audience as well. We're trying to draw an emotional response from an audience and draw on the pain of the situation that they're in right now so that later on we can deliver the good news that we have a solution for them. And I guess in that moment, the more pain and the more relatability that we can make them feel, then the better our solution is going to seem to that person. So again, just thinking about the journey and who your key audience is. What are some of the things that they've been struggling with, and speak out to those things in this part. So, say things like, you're probably in this position, and you can, refer back to your own story. You're probably in the same place I was, where I was struggling with ABC. And as a result of those things you're struggling with, this is where you've been left in life. You feel like you've reached your limit. You feel like you can't go any further. It almost seems like there's no way out of the place that you're in. So I guess at this point, we're trying to sounds a bit brutal, but you're trying to take your audience to the very bottom of where they are in their experience. And a part of that is because we want to, in the next step, give them a direct contrast of that in talking about and reflecting on what the absolute peak position would be for them. So we've spoken now about a bit who you are. We've made your audience feel absolutely terrible. And now we want to turn that on its head and take them to the very peak show them what life could be like. And again, use your own experience in this. You say, I was in this place, but then when I finally found the solution, when I finally cracked the code, now my life is totally different. As opposed to being here, I'm now here. And this is a good place to use your own example, because you can say to people, I've lived this, I've lived where you are, and now this is where I'm living. And I want to show you this because I want to show you it's possible for you as well. And this is a good place to use something called future pacing as well, where we're kind of going into, you don't want to too much dig into the nitty gritty bits of the process of what it is you're going to be talking about, but you want to say to people, I used this process. You can say, you can use this process too to get yourself to here. My life has turned around after using this. You want to kind of show people a glimpse of what it could be like for them. And here as well, you can, other than just yourself, you can use testimonials, and client results as well. And say, even more examples of people who are exactly in your situation, but we took them to this place. This is all doable, this is possible. So once you've done that, you've told them a bit about the system. Now we're gonna get into the value of your free thing, your lead magnet. This is where you deliver the value. So I've spoken in a previous video about how when we're selling to people, we want to sell them the destination, not the vehicle. We want to sell them what they could achieve, show them that that's possible, but we're not going to show them exactly how to do it because people don't care about those nitty gritty details. But now that they're in, we've grabbed their attention, they've given us some of their time, so we want to give them some value back. Now we're going to sell them the vehicle, but we're not going to tell them how to drive it. Let me explain a little bit what I mean by that. So we're going to show them this is where you can get to, this is how you do it, but it's not going to be a direct, this is exactly how you build this thing, this is exactly what day 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 is going to look like. Again, we're demonstrating to them that this is possible. These are the systems to use. As I said, we want to be giving them value. So get into it a little bit, but you don't want to give too much away. You want there to be room for the next step, which we'll get into after value, which is the CTA, but we want to leave room for that. So we want to show them a bit of the solutions, give them a little bit of a look under the hood, but we're not giving them the keys yet. We're not giving them instructions on how to change gear, how to go, what buttons to press. We're just showing them that it's there. So what we found is good practice in here is to give 3 main points. Bring things down to a 3-step system. And again, as you would have seen in the previous video, you can often use that in your marketing and your headlines as well. There's a 3-step process. I'm going to give it to you for free if you click on this ad. Now we're giving them that 3-step process, but we're just giving them an overview, a bird's eye view of what everything is. We're not going to show them exactly how to implement that. Now, again, as an example, rather than just black my way through trying to make something up, which always goes terribly, I'm just going to use my own example of how I use this in my systems. So I sell 3 points. Those are 7 key mistakes that I see people making in their social media marketing. I go through the best simple marketing system that I believe outperforms any other complex system and can get you better results for much less time and effort. And then the automated acquisition that automates taking customers from just prospects to actually paying customers while you sleep kind of thing. So those are my 3 points. And I do have video materials where I go through those 3 points and I explain them. I show people that it's possible. I give them an overlook of the system, but I don't give it all away. And instead, I take them to this next part of the process, which is to give a clear CTA. So you've created a relationship with them. You've created relatability with them. You show them that you're a real guy and you know what you're talking about and you can get the results that they're looking for. You've shown them the system on how to do it, giving them a little bit of an insight of the vehicle. We've sold them the destination, we've sold them the vehicle, and now we want to give them the keys. So you should very clearly in your CTA give them the next step. What is next? Is it to book a call in with you? Is it to start a free trial on your platform or whatever it is you're selling? Is it to go to a webinar or another live event that you're hosting? Maybe something in person. If you're a local business, come into the store and have a free consultation with us. Give them a very clear next step and make sure you sell it to them that this is the next best step for them. So what is it? What is it in your system that would typically be the next best thing for a customer to do now that you've built some sort of a relationship with them? Would it be to like this video and subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any future valuable videos? Would it be a Zoom demo call where maybe you give even further insight to your systems, or you actually, it's more of a sales call, you're talking to them, getting a bit more of their specific situation. If you're selling some sort of monthly membership, do you give them a couple of weeks free within that membership? But lay it out clearly for them. Don't leave them guessing. Don't sign off your video. Hope that was really helpful for you. Be sure to drop us a message if you found this helpful. Make it a really tangible and actionable next step. So this is fantastic. Now the next best thing for you is to give me a call. And a way that you can make that next CTA, that next thing you call into, even more appealing is using a couple of other salesy marketing tricks. So say that if it is a call, say you've only got 5 spots left, so make sure you get that call booked in quickly. If it is a free trial, say we're only hosting free trials for a couple of weeks. Now, of course, you want to be careful in these things. You don't want to deceive your audience. You don't want to tell them things that actually aren't true. But creating a sense of urgency that they need to take action as soon as possible, again, is a great way to get people into the next step of your funnel. Now, sometimes people won't take action after your video. That happens all the time. But we don't want to just leave them there. We don't want to leave them in the dark. We want to make sure we're nurturing them and properly looking after them. So setting up an appropriate email system is a great way to nurture your audiences, which I've actually got a video on, which you'll be able to click somewhere on or around my face to see the best way that I set up my email automations and helped a client of mine scale to $15,000 a month using a specific email automation system.